hello. Come on in. This is your girl, Carmen Davenport, and you have tuned in to Get the Bag Business, Assets, and Gains, where we talk to local businesses in the community and you learn just some tips about how you can put success in your bag. Today, we have CEO, two-time pitch winner,
Yeah.
two,
Oh, wow.
two-time pitch winner, and CEO of Sip and Share Wines, Nicole Kearney, y'all.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Thank you. That's like, oh, I am.
You
Yes.
are, you are. That I would call that the perfect pitch,
Yeah, thank
right?
you.
Two times.
That is very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you for having me
yeah.
here.
How
I'm
are
so
you?
excited. Well, can I complain? Wouldn't do any good anyway.
Not one bit of good, right?
Not one bit of good.
Okay. Well, we're gonna jump into this thing, but before we jump in, I always
Mhm.
like to talk to the person behind the product. Just in a few words, tell us who Nicole is. Who is the person behind Sip and
Hmm.
Share Wine?
I'm a daughter, a mother, auntie, sister, friend. I'm of the community.
Okay.
I say I'm community made,
Mm.
and everything I've ever done has been community centered. So I've been a college professor for adult learners, mostly
Wow.
black and brown. I worked in community development for years, and I'm an artist. I'm a writer, and now I make wine. So I'm just all this is like centered from my community of my family into the broader community. So I am of the community.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. You're right.
I do.
You're an artist. It makes sense
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
It all makes sense.
yeah.
So tell us how Sip and Shares got started. Like what made you come up with this
Ooh.
idea?
So I like art and I love chemistry as a kid. And
Mm.
so that's what I think it's a blend of. It's science, it's art. My family always made wine. So there was a time growing up where everybody had fruit trees in their yard
Mm.
and wild grapes grew. So I'm from the Northeast, from South New Jersey, but my family home's North Carolina.
Okay.
So the elders would be like, go out there, child labor, go out there and collect up the fruit and everything. And we would, they would turn it into wine. And we
Nice.
would, figure out, we didn't know what it was, but we would go drink it, even though they said don't. But that was kind of like my introduction to winemaking.
Wow.
And it brought the family together. It was like that time when you celebrated, and wine was used to barter.
Mm.
So it wasn't just like bringing the family together, but it was also like a transactional piece. It was like I could use this wine and get other services and goods for it.
I like that.
So that's really how it got started.
Wow, I like that. Now, you have something really, really unique about your wine, right?
Yeah.
So, tell us what is so different about Sip and Share
Yeah.
wines.
All of our wines are vegan. And so most people are like, aren't all wines vegan? It's grapes and what and yeast and water, but wines when they're cleared. So what makes it this really pretty clear? It's used. It could be fish bladder, pork gelatin, egg whites, but we use clay. So if you've ever had a clay mask,
Mm-hmm.
it just pulls out the purities, drops it to the bottom. Same thing with all those other products, but if you're a vegan, you've never wanted anything that had a mother
Right.
to touch your food.
Mm-hmm.
And so most of my family is plant based. At this season, I'm a vegetarian in my life.
Okay.
And so, but we made it so vegans could go find a good bottle of wine just off the shelf.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And I have a favorite, but I want you to talk about the wines that you have here, and then you can expand and talk about some of the other wines
Yes.
and some of the things people should know when they're trying to select a wine. That's
Absolutely.
always difficult, right?
It
I
is.
don't know what kind of wine to get
I
that
love
fits
that.
maybe my palate or whatever, but tell us
That was a
about your
great
wines.
lead. So, one of the things we've done, these are brand new labels. So,
Oh,
we've
okay.
just released these labels, and exactly for the reason you said. People want to know a lot of information, so they can buy the right wine and make it real quick. Our goal is to get you in and out of the store in less than 5 minutes.
Okay.
So, for instance, you pick up this Gratitude Red Blend. It's going to give you tasting notes right here. It's going to tell you it's dry, medium body, that it's been oaked. So that means it's been in an oak barrel. It's going to tell you the aromas. It's going to tell you the flavors, and then it's going to tell you what it pairs with. So like this
Oh,
goes well with
wow.
pizza, red meats, any kind of red sauce. So real easy for you to get in and out of the store. Like, oh, wow, okay, that's what I want. And now we have an affirmation. So everybody used to ask about the word. So the word was always affirmational. So like this is I live every day in gratitude. So this
Mm.
is one of our top sellers. So, and then you have information about the business, a QR code that leads to a playlist, other skits and
Oh,
information,
wow.
and then all the government stuff. So this makes it much, much easier. So our thing is about not just wine, but wine education. So our labels live by that. So then we have intention, which we've changed the color to blue from white. And again, gives you all the information, and of course your favorite. And well, and this is an off-dry Riesling.
Okay.
Again, this one is Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot, beautiful red blend. And then our white Zinfandel is like no other. It tastes between a strawberry and a watermelon Jolly Rancher. And again, we give you that it's a light body rosé. Your aromas of strawberry and cherries, flavors of watermelon and raspberry, goes with anything turkey, anything kind of spicy, fish and seafood, and any dessert.
Oh,
So this
wow.
is on the sweeter side. So this is kind of like drier, dry, and then sweet.
I absolutely
Yeah.
love this. I always struggle
See?
with purchasing wine. And I'm like, can you tell me if is this dry? Is this sweet? Is
Yep.
this like, what is this going to go with? But this right here makes life so much simpler.
And that's what we've heard. I go to the stores, I listen to people, and we listen to what our supporters have said. So that was like, I learned from a buyer at Whole Foods, nobody reads the back of the label. And I
No,
was like,
nobody.
what? And she said, unless it's like once you're drinking and then you're like, oh, you're looking at it. But she said, when you buy it, and that's where all the information is. Most people don't do that.
They don't.
And
They
so
don't.
this was our thing to like, we made this. Megan Barry was our amazing art designer, and she let us do this, our creative designer. And we were like, we're going to give them. So it's like sip, share, and connect
Oh,
is our
wow.
theme. And
Okay.
so we bring all of that to you.
Edna Martin Christian Center presents the 2025 Entrepreneurship Showcase, May 10th from 11 to 4 at the Frederick Douglass Park Family Center, 1616 East 25th Street. Multiple vendors selling products and services, food, fun, music, and networking. Did I mention free? Yes, it's free for the entire family. So come out and support May 10th from 11 to 4 at the Frederick Douglass Park Family Center. Sponsored by IAAQLI. Wow.
Yeah.
I had a question. And that was really good. How do you connect with your customers and
Yeah.
community?
So we're always in the community doing an event.
Okay.
So, there's the Don't Sleep, the Melanin in May, the Blacktoberfest or Dattoberfest now. We do all of their events. We do Black History Month events. So we're always in the community. Again, I'm of the community.
Yeah.
So, but we also, again, with the labels, being able to give the community the information they need to readily make a choice on their wine, making wine less mysterious, simplifying it. That's what
Gotcha.
we're trying to do. We're trying to simplify wine. So not just people who drink wine, but people who want to get into it
Yes.
more. This is the kind of information you want. So wine is less what I call hoity-toity, or less, made for like it's an exclusive group of people. No, wine is for everybody.
Got you. Yeah.
And as we get
absolutely.
older, more of us are coming to wine because, we're out of our spirit days. And so wine is something like you want to get into, but you're like, what would I like? Like if you're a cigar smoker, you would want gratitude. It pairs really good with a
Got you.
cigar.
Okay.
And same thing with the intention. If you have a lighter cigar, but if you have a heavier cigar, you want to go with this red wine. So you don't always have to have a spirit. And that's just really, we're just about community. We're a community made. The first event I ever did was open bite night, and the community, we sold out. We made mortgage
Wow.
money.
What?
I tell people we made mortgage money.
Mortgage money.
And so that's when I knew I was onto something.
By the way, that's serious money.
Yeah. That's when I knew I was onto something. And I was like, we should keep doing this. And it took us time. We had a punch bowl.
Yeah.
And we were just serving people out of a punch bowl.
Wow.
And then finally, that was like 2016. 2018, we got a license. 2019, we released this collection.
Okay.
So,
And
yeah.
And how many different wines do you have now?
So we have 8 different wine, or 10 actually now that we make. And so there's 7 that we call the words, So we have 7 different words, and then we have in the summer we have our sipgria, which is our version of sangria. So it's already a ready-to-made wine
Oh
cocktail.
wow, I like that.
It's ready.
I like
It's
that.
got 100% blue agave, which is the base for tequila,
Ooh.
and it's got a red one and a white one. So all you got to do is pour it over ice, drink it, or make it cold and throw a straw in it. So,
Okay,
and
now
it's in
what's that called?
plastic.
What's that called
That's the
again?
sipgria.
Sipgria. Okay.
Yeah.
And how can we get the sipgria?
So right now the sipgrias are only available online.
Okay.
But we'll have those potentially in a store in Indianapolis. It is in Georgia, so there's only one store in the
Oh
country that carries
wow.
it.
Okay.
It's Prohibition Liquors in Atlanta,
Okay.
so
Okay.
people can get it there. And then we have a dessert wine, but we will stop carrying that after February.
Okay. And you mentioned wine in Atlanta.
Yes,
So that means you're not just in Indy,
not just in India.
right? So
5 states right now.
5
5 states.
states.
Yeah.
5.
So we've been growing.
Okay, so what states are you
So
in?
we're here in Indianapolis, like I said. We're in Bloomington and Big Red.
Okay.
We are in Atlanta, in the metro Atlanta area. They can find us. We're in Maryland. So pretty much anywhere in Maryland you can check around. We're in both the Total Wines there, all 5 Total Wines here. Big
Oh
Red locally.
wow.
We're in Conn's Liquor. We're in New York, Brooklyn, Harlem, and Manhattan.
Wow.
And I'm missing a state. Oh, Illinois. We're also in
Okay.
Illinois, so we're in Chicago, mostly in the West Loop right now, but we're expanding. We were talking earlier. Dave, one of the co-founders of Sun King, told me, "Go where your people go on vacation. Know where they go." And I said, "Wow." He said, "Because once you build the name and the brand recognition, when they go somewhere else, they're more apt to just buy your wine." So Sun King is in Indianapolis
I like that.
and Florida.
I like that.
And I said, "Well, our people go to DC,
DC,
Maryland,
Chicago.
Virginia, Chicago,
Absolutely.
Atlanta, and
Absolutely.
soon come we're going to be in Florida." So and Houston's coming. So we just trace the path, and people are always like, "Why did you pick these? It's so weird." No, it's not. It's where people go on
Yeah,
vacation.
yeah. And that's a nugget. That's a nugget.
Yeah.
And I want you to repeat that for the
Yeah.
people out there because that's a nugget.
Go where the people go when they're on vacation. Like, think about when you expand, just don't randomly do it. We already had our demographics, we had our numbers, we knew what we were going to do, how we wanted to expand. And that, when he just said that to me, the light bulb went off. I have been saying, well, I'm following a specific kind of demographic, but that doesn't always play when you're talking to
Yeah.
people who don't look like you.
Yeah.
But when I can say, okay, look, I'm following a path of where my people go when they vacation. So they're going to drink here and there. Boom. Everybody can get that. And
I
they're
love
like,
it.
that's a solid expansion plan.
I love
And
it.
I owe that all to Dave, who let me drink some really good Sun King beer. I'm a fan of Sun King. So,
Okay, shout out to
yeah.
Dave
Yeah.
of Sun King, y'all.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dave.
Yeah. If you are in the industry, you don't have to do wine. If you do wine, beer, spirits, call Dave. Set up a meeting. He meets on Fridays. He'll love to just chat with you and give you wisdom.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, he's
nice,
the guy.
nice. Okay. What kind of challenges,
Mm.
especially being a Black business, right? Getting started
Yeah.
in the wine industry
Oh, yeah.
that is dominated by not us, right?
Old white men.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what are some of the challenges that you found being a Black
Mhm.
business owner, getting into this industry? What are some of those challenges and how did you overcome those?
Getting people to understand we make the wine. So some people like buy their wines already pre-made from other wineries, but we actually make all of our wines. So we're right off of 44th and Keystone, right behind the fair. We bring in the grapes from California, but we
Wow.
do all the production there. So when people are like, "Oh, you actually make it," so overcoming that obstacle of like there are Black people in the wine industry, still only 100 of us, so we're still 1% of the
Wow.
industry,
Yeah.
and Black women are 0.01% as winemakers.
Wow.
So that's always a hurdle to overcome. And then people are like, is this really a profitable business? Is this really a business to be in? And I'm like, yeah. Because just like other things
Absolutely.
we want to buy things that represent us, that are culturally affirming. And then just speaks to us as humans. Like, everybody wants a good intention, some gratitude and love in their life.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so I think that speaks to just any person. But we do, center Black and brown people and underrepresented and overlooked people in the wine industry and people who want to learn about wine.
Okay. Well, I want to say
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And just to kind of take us out
Mhm.
Get the bag, business assets and gains,
Yes.
right?
I love that.
What's in your bag? What is your biggest asset or gain that you
Oh.
think you've come across since you've been on this journey?
My biggest asset is my family.
Oh,
So this is a business of family.
okay.
So my mother was a long time, she was a retiree from the Department of Defense, high level security. So she also happens to be a former college professor and
Nice.
also organizational management. And so my mom handles like all my HR and making sure I'm organized. I have a brother who's at Salesforce. Got him. He does my relationships and my marketing, and he's based in Georgia. I have a cousin who was Amazon Logistics.
Okay.
Got him on board. That's who handles the DMV.
Wow.
Bringing my sister on board in Florida. And
Wow.
so I just happen to have a really good family. My dad is acquisitions. Anything we want found, my dad can find it and
Okay.
for a great price. So my family is my best asset. My partner in life is also the winemaker on the team with me. So I just been blessed and fortunate that I have a really qualified family, and I'm like, we're going to build this together as a legacy for our family for generations to come, but also to be like we're making history now. We said we're history in the bottle right now.
Wow.
So
I
that's my
love
biggest asset.
I love that because it's so rare, just like sip and
It
shares.
is.
Well,
Yes.
I really appreciate you coming
Yes,
through,
thank
talking to
you.
us today. How can people get in touch with you? How can
Mm,
people get intention, gratitude, love, and all of these other wonderful
yes.
vegan wines that you offer? How can people get in touch with you or order
Yeah.
your wines?
So you can go to sipandShareWines.com, and you can order directly from us, or you can go to Total Wine. You can go to Big Red here in Indianapolis. You can go to Conn's Liquor Store, buy out the product off the shelf, and follow us around at Sip and Share Wines. We're on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, and we're going on tour. So we may be coming to your city. So follow us around so you can find out where the Meet the Maker tour is. I'm going to be drinking with y'all, signing some bottles, and giving away some good stuff.
All right. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you,
coming
Queen.
and
I
talking
always
to us. Thank you,
appreciate
thank you, thank
kicking it
you.
with you.
I have to get some of that love before we leave, but
Absolutely.
thank you. You have to stop by again and talk to us.
Anytime.
So thank you for joining us with Get the Bag, Business Assets and Gains, where we talk about success being in your bag. Join us next time. I'm Carmen, Black Dollar Indie.